I'm Roman from Breton. We're a 5-piece band from London, and we're here in Melbourne for Melbourne Music Week. Our ACMI shows are going to be the cross between all the things that we do. So we've got 10 short films, they're silent films, and all the sound effects, film scores, music and dialogue is triggered live. At the same as being, we're using samplers and we're using laptops and synths and video and HD cameras. We're also doing something very old and very traditional. We're doing silent films that are soundtracked.
You force contracts. You force to act. You were always on your guard.
Playing in a band is still probably the most immediate way of communicating an idea to someone. If you put out a track that someone is interested in, the space of time between no one having heard of your music or your ideas and you being able to transmit an idea to tens of thousands of people it's still the quickest format, I think, quicker than being a photographer or a sculptor or a filmmaker or anything. You could have an idea in the morning and be playing it at night time in front of 100 people. The relationship between the music and the image is kind of really that they're both tools to transmit an idea. Every piece of music and every film and every image has an encoded meaning. The exciting thing to put together as an artist or as a band or as a filmmaker is to try and see how these different things react. So see how one particular melody would mean something to one person and evoke something else in someone else. We've thrown a lot of ourselves into these shows, and they're like small portraits of different parts of our life and different places we've been. The visuals or the music never really neither of them take a sort of precedent. What usually happens is we have an idea that excites us, whether it's a photograph or whether it's a piece of film or even a story.
Left in your pocket and put it in a roulette machine, 20 quid, and letting it spin, and then it goes down to a tenner, so you think I'll sell it.
If we're working in a kind of effective way, then we're absorbing everything that's around us. And obviously we work in London and we moved to Berlin to record the record, and we travelled a lot together, so it's quite hard to exclude that sort of stuff, I mean, it's difficult to live in a major city and not notice that some people are really well off and some people aren't. Even if you're really, really trying not to write about it, then kind of by virtue of the fact that you're avoiding it, you are being affected by it. So the work, I think, will still carry some of that. Integrating a string quartet is really important because it's kind of like it's an acknowledgement that it's not just about novelty. It's not just because we've talked a lot about the importance of a new idea and progressing something, but that definitely doesn't mean making things new just for the sake of it being new. I think that there's we're using hip hop beats that go back to like the 80s, and we're using an electric guitar and drum kit and a bass, which is a format that's from the from the 50s. I think a string quartet is a perfect counterbalance to all the technology and all the kind of almost aggressive use of new things that we found. It was backwards in 4 till we could repeat anymore. It can put a lot of people off, surprisingly, to say, we're going to play a set and we're going to play with an orchestra, and I think the people that would want to come and see us at a big warehouse in Paris at 3 in the morning maybe wouldn't be that bothered about going to see us with 300 people in a cinema. But these are all different colours that you can kind of paint with, and like detaching them and chopping them up and separating them and almost destroying them a little bit can sometimes be like some of the most exciting parts of it.
He's happily snapping your fingers. He's happily snapping your fingers.